get started. So you start on E, and I like to think of patterns for my fingers, you know, just because it makes life easier. So I think of this pattern of my fingers when I'm playing an E. If this is the E note on the D string, you've got a space, and then two that are right next to each other. So let's just try right here, this E note. Yeah, gotta reach way out there. There we go. Yeah, yep. Then the A. Come on down. Great. Okay, so you can play on down, of course, onto the string below, and so let's just try that. Now you have to. We're not going to worry too much about playing this note, which is a D sharp, you know, which is the 7th note of the scale in E. But we're going to worry about playing. So that's E, C sharp, B, A, right? And if you wanted to get fancy, you could go play that G sharp. Okay. Now, if we went on up, let's just play on up. So now you know I was fingering those the A and the E, but you can play those open too, and we will in the course of this tune play those open because it's a little faster. So let's start here with our E again, and this time we're going to play on up all the way to the B on the E string. Okay, here we go. Now G sharp, A, B, G sharp, that's right. Sounds like a cow.
Why did you say we're ignoring that D sharp?
Because it's really kind of out of position. We don't need it. We can play, of course it's part of the scale, and there might be in the course of playing this tune, you really don't need that note.
Okay.
And but the D sharp is useful. Well, actually the open D is useful because that's like the blue note in the key of E. You know, if you're doing this. Later on, this week we'll try to do some things in B, and then you really use that D, open D, to good effect, you know. So then let's play chords. This tune is heavily chorded, so let's play a few chords. So the first chord, and if you, this is something I always talk about, but if you want to play two notes that are right adjacent to each other, I bar them with one finger. So, yep. So this guy right here. Try that. Everybody seems to know that, and then you know you don't want to lay your finger down. I always pretend there's a string here that you can't see between those two, and I try to hit that, and then the fat part of my finger will cover up the other two strings that are actually there. So you know you can kind of even play scales that way. But that move is used a lot in even an old-time fiddle too. You do that barring, and you definitely don't want to lay your finger down like you would on a guitar. You just keep your proper position of your finger there. Okay, so let's play that chord. Let's try that. Okay, good. Then let's try this chord. We're going to play a G sharp and a B. Then let's play open E and the B. Yep. And then let's play the B and the G sharp. And then if you want to do one more, you can play this fingered E with the G sharp. Okay. And then down below, we've got this chord, which is B on the G string and the E. Okay. So I mentioned that one position, you know, the finger pattern like this. Everybody knows that. There's one other one that is called the K pattern, or the K position. It's a K finger pattern, and basically it describes what looks like a letter K. And that is accomplished by, let's say that I'm playing the B on the G string right here. Okay, if I put that would be in the thinking, and I like this to think of this K thing because it's a visual graphic thing rather than a note thing, so you can use it anywhere on the fingerboard. So pretend that was the inner pointy bit of the K, like you know, this part right there. Okay, and then you got the upright. So the upright would be formed by these three notes. So I've got this guy, and then the upright would be formed by these three notes. That'd be the straight up and down part of the K, and then the other part is formed by, okay. So if you you anchor with that B on the G string, and you can do stuff like this, you know. So that kind of gives you a place to jump off from. Just try this little, listen one time, just try this little set of notes here. And then play this chord. Right. Okay, and then that same thing works if you're playing in B. Okay. Now, so let's go back to where I was in G. Let's play the pointy bit of the K here. So I'll just just follow along with me. Here we go. You know, that kind of thing. So it's just, all of a sudden there's a lot of stuff you can do there. There's licks you can create out of that position that are pretty handy. Let's see, where was I going with that? That's an excellent question. There'll be a lot of that this week. Where was I? So now that you kind of need to have that position in mind to play this melody. So let me just play you the tune.